Good morning, guys. My name is Ntlantla. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about the issues that are happening in the country. Guys, so it's just that I have a sore throat here. Okay, guys, I remember there's another video. I remember, that in South Africa, up until today, we still have a lot of problems in the country. As a country, there's still a lot of issues that we face as a country. So, to this today's topic, I wanted to talk about what you call this Eastern Cape and how messed up Eastern Cape is. And I remember, I think me actually, I saw this video because, guys, at the same time, me also, I'm a small YouTuber. My channel is small. But you see, when it comes to these big channels like Thomas, Katlego, and others. Yeah, in YouTube, there are so many platforms. There are so many platforms in YouTube. Me also, I've created this platform to talk about the issues that are happening in South Africa each and every day. YouTube is full of platforms, so many platforms. But I'll try my best to upload the videos and get many subscribers as I can. But there are ways that I can get the subscribers fast, because these subscribers that I have for now, they are few because the reason is just that there are so many platforms, in YouTube. you know. So guys, I wanted to talk about remember I remember recently I think I just watched a video of 360 Experience Thomas he made about what you call this. Yeah, of a video of what you call this Ramaphosa blaming apartheid for the poor state of Eastern Cape. Guys, Eastern Cape is the poorest province that we have in the country. Okay, fine. In other provinces also, it's a mess. Eastern Cape is not, oh yeah, it's a mess. But when it comes to Eastern Cape, many things that are happening in Eastern Cape, you can look at this whole thing of floods that are happening in Eastern Cape. Look at this whole thing of non-service delivery in Eastern Cape. Just go to the townships. Why? Or even if maybe you've never been to Eastern Cape. Me, I've never been to Eastern Cape. It's just that the information that I rely on is what you call this. Even on SCBC, these things that they play on SCBC, what you call this, cutting edge. Just go to cutting edge, watch there. You'll see what is happening in Eastern Cape. You'll see actually what is happening in Eastern Cape. But no, Ramaphosa he just blames apartheid. He's telling you that it is the fault of apartheid. The legacy of apartheid actually destroyed that province, Eastern Cape. What about the rest of these provinces under these people, ANC? What about the municipalities that these people are governing there? Are you telling me that are you telling me that the mess that you find in those municipalities there in the provinces, it is the fault of apartheid? Okay, okay, okay. These other provinces, yeah, okay. Actually, let's talk about. Actually, the main topic here is about Eastern Cape. So, guys, you look at Eastern Cape, the townships. You look at illegal dumpings all over the streets, sewage is spilling around the streets. You look at this thing of crime, poverty, and many things. These are the same ANC guys that were there in Western Cape saying that the DA has neglected the people, the residents of Khayelitsha, or maybe I can say many provinces there, what you call this, in Eastern Cape. I mean, in what you call this, in Western Cape, the townships, okay, it's fine. Western Cape, there I can look at Cape Town, how beautiful Cape Town is. You can look at the properties there in Western Cape, how beautiful they are. And the fact is that those properties there in what you call this, in Western Cape, they're expensive. But guys, okay, it's fine. Okay, okay. Cape Town it's a city. It's a city that you'll see that today, guys, it's beautiful. Obviously, it depends on how the city is governed, because These people who are actually DA is the one that is in charge of that province. But what about 8 provinces that are in charge by the ANC, specifically when it comes to Eastern Cape? How is it the fault of apartheid that, guys, it is a mess there in Eastern Cape? Like, guys, there are a lot of problems there in that province in Eastern Cape. But no, but no, we know how politicians are. They'll just tell you that it is the fault of apartheid. Apartheid is the one that is responsible. You know, apartheid is the one that is responsible. How is apartheid responsible when you know that these people, they were the ones that were in charge of that province? How is it possible, guys? They're in charge of that province. You know, they're in charge of that province, ANC. And at the same time, this side, I have to blame the voters of these people in there in Eastern Cape. This is one thing that, guys, I do not understand. That how is it possible, guys, despite everything that is wrong in that province in Eastern Cape, you know, land service delivery, people are complaining about electricity, people are complaining about water, people are complaining about bridges, the bridges that are damaged due to these floods, and the fact that the bridges and the fact is that the bridge that was damaged due to this flooding there in Eastern Cape is still not being fixed. You know, bad infrastructure there. The fact that the infrastructure there in Eastern Cape was not maintained. Whose fault is it that the infrastructure there in Eastern Cape is not being maintained? Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it, guys? Obvious, it's ANC. It's the legacy of ANC. These people, they were in charge of this country from 1994 to 2024, despite these people losing a majority, you know, because, guys, they failed the citizens of this country, you know. Just give people water, give people electricity, give people jobs, many things in the country. But no, politicians, they'll just gaslight you, lie to you, they'll just continue, you know, guys, doing all sorts of things here in the country. These people have shown the citizens of this country and these provinces that they've messed up, that they do not want to govern. You can look at Gauteng there, look at Johannesburg in Gauteng. Look at Johannesburg in Gauteng. Actually, to tell you the truth, that it's ANC that is responsible. Like, guys, buildings that are hijacked in the middle of the cities. Why? Because the borders are open. You know, the fact is that these people, they cross the Limpopo River to come into the country, to do as they please, to sell drugs, to hijack the buildings in the middle of the cities. To guys, okay, I can look at other cities in these provinces that we have in the country, but when it comes to Johannesburg itself, guys, it's a mess. Remember a building that caught fire there, in Johannesburg. Guess what? These people, these ANC politicians, they came out blaming apartheid. This is the same thing that they're doing in Eastern Cape. No, guys. you know, guys. We as the ANC, guys, it's not our fault that it's there in Eastern Cape. People, they're not getting a service delivery like water, electricity, crime. The fact is that crime must be dealt with there in Eastern Cape. You know, the murderers that you hear there in Eastern Cape every day. The fact is that people are being slaughtered there in Eastern Cape. Many things, you know. But this is the same politicians. This is the same politicians that they were there in what you call this. And guys, whose fault is it that, guys, crime in this country is out of control? Whose fault is it that crime is out of control in this country? Crime in Eastern Cape, crime in KwaZulu-Natal, crime in Gauteng, other provinces. Whose fault is it? You know. But when it comes to crime in what you call this, in the townships, Cape Flats there in Western Cape, remember there when, I don't know, yeah, the fact is that when Ramaphosa was there in what you call this, in America. But this is the same Ramaphosa that said that, yeah, South Africa doesn't belong to Donald Trump. After all these things that Ramaphosa said about Donald Trump, but this is the same person but the same person is there in what you call this, in America, talking about crime in Cape Flats, as if Western Cape is the only province when it comes to crime. What about crime in Gauteng? I put specifically Gauteng when it comes to crime. Ha! The people losing their cars, hijacked buildings in the middle of, like, guys, you see, guys, when it comes to crime in Gauteng, I'm telling you. But yeah, crime there in Cape Flats, yeah, in Western Cape. Crime, like, guys, if we can look at crime, when it comes to crime in Western Cape and crime in Gauteng, which one is worse here when it comes to crimes, heinous crimes? Guys, I'm telling you, it's Gauteng. Even KwaZulu-Natal itself. But we know in KwaZulu-Natal, when there's someone like General Mkwanas, every day is dealing with crime, heinous crimes there that are being committed in KwaZulu-Natal province. But I cannot say, even also you can say the difference between KwaZulu-Natal province and Western Cape province. Guys, KwaZulu-Natal is the worst when it comes to crime. You know, even I can say even Eastern Cape itself. You know, but no, it is the fault of apartheid. Even if, for example, these people, they were there in KwaZulu-Natal addressing this issue of crime, they'll tell you that it's the fault of apartheid. In Gauteng, they'll say the same thing. In other provinces. Now you'll see, I just saw the news right now. It's just that, news right now. People lost their lives due to this flooding thing that happened in in Eastern Cape. But, like, guys, many lives in this country, guys, are destroyed. People lost their lives. People passed, like, guys. Now, no. We as the citizens of this country, we must believe that, guys. We have to believe that ANC is the one that is actually it's not like ANC. ANC obviously we know that is responsible. Yeah, we must believe that apartheid is the one that is responsible. You know, apartheid is the one that is responsible. How is apartheid responsible? How is apartheid, guys, responsible? How is apartheid responsible? I like, guys, just explain, like, make me understand that, guys. How is apartheid responsible for this whole mess? Oh yeah, I want about Sarafin. Yeah, we watch Sarafin. Yeah, you maybe like when you watch these things about Sarafin, yeah, you know, yeah, in 1976, post-apartheid, yeah, you see, yeah, apartheid was horrible to black people. But, guys, if you can put this, if you can differentiate between these two, which one is worse between apartheid regime and this ANC what today? Obvious, ANC is the worse than apartheid. ANC is worse than apartheid. But these people, they are just gaslighting. They are just lying to you. And they expect you as the citizen of this country, you as a South African, whether you're a colored, whether you're an Afrikaner, whether you're an Indian, whether you're what you call this. Because, okay, South Africa, obviously, guys, is a diverse country. Well, South Africa is one of the most diverse countries we have in the world. You know, we are mixed, actually. We as the citizens of this country, you know, we are mixed. And so this country of ours, and guys, guys, obviously, guys, South Africa is a rich country, you know. Guys, this is the one thing that I do not understand in this country. That, guys, why do we have to suffer like this in a country that has minerals? Guys, who will be much, like, guys, will be, like, what can I say this thing in English? Like, guys, this way, like, guys, South Africa, man, like, guys, why is South Africa, like, guys, why is, okay, actually, I wanted to say, guys, explain this thing with, okay, I understand the reasons why in this country, guys, things are not working. Why in this country, guys, there's poverty. There's poverty everywhere you go in South Africa. You know, you can look at the infrastructure. We can look at this whole thing of infrastructure, how bad it is in the country. This thing of potholes. You can look at the hijacking of the buildings. You can look at many things. But, guys, this country that we are living in today, South Africa, guys, is a beautiful country. When it comes to these provinces in this country, but the problem is just that these people who are governing over us, here in South Africa. These people, they are making things like hard for us in South Africa. And these people, they're making as if like South Africa, guys, the poor country, knowing very well that guys, this country, it's a, what you call this, it's a rich country. Actually, it's a rich country with its minerals. But look at unemployment rate, look at poverty, look at many things in the country. But we are living in a rich country. We shouldn't be poor, be suffering like this, be poor or whatsoever. But guys, South Africa, like guys, like guys, the sooner that you get rid of this ANC, the better. Because that these people are still arrogant, despite these people losing elections. 40, even this 40, actually this 40% thing is not enough for these people to lose a majority. Okay, they've lost the majority, it's fine. But next year, it's elections. Next year, it's elections. But guys, specifically, I was talking about Eastern Cape. But obviously, guys, like, guys, it's so sad to see what is happening there in that province. It's so sad. But Eastern Cape is the poorest province in the country. But guys, this country that we are living in, it's a rich country. But how come people there in Eastern Cape are poor? But guys, it's the voters. I can just blame the voters. People are crying about long queues there. I remember I made a video of people complaining about the long queues there in Eastern Cape. Like, guys, whose fault is it that, guys, there in Eastern Cape, there are long queues? There are shortages of doctors. There are shortages of nurses. But in this country, guys, we have qualified doctors. We have qualified nurses. These people who are sitting at home doing nothing. These people, they've studied hard in these medical schools that we have in this country. They've studied for so many years. They've studied for so many years. These people, guys, they want to work. These people, guys, they want to work. They are willing. Imagine, guys, studying for so many years. For so many years, studying hard. I know, guys, there's nothing for free in this world. You just work hard for it, that thing that you want. But no, people who have worked hard, so many graduates, they're sitting at home. Maybe, like, I can say, for example, you can just go to the townships. Go to the townships everywhere in the country. Whether you can, everywhere in the country, even in these provinces, you can just go. You'll see how people are living on the ground every day. In this country, we're not using our minerals. So, like, guys, I'm telling you, even this whole thing of unemployment will go down. Unemployment rate in this country will go down. Just build cities. Johannesburg itself needs a rebuilding. It needs to be rebuilt. Guys, it's a mess. Because of these incompetent mayors, incompetent councillors, incompetent premiers. Look at Abopanyaza Lissufi, for example. But Abopanyaza Lissufi, these people, guys, they don't want to take responsibility for many things that they've done in this country. They don't want to take responsibility. That's one thing that you need to know, that, guys, these politicians, they'll never take responsibility for many things that they've done in this country. That's what you need to know about politicians in this country, that, guys, they'll never take accountability. They'll never take accountability. They'll never take responsibility. Even for the terrible mess that they've done to Eastern Cape, they'll never take accountability. Remember Paul Mashatile. You see, the DA there in Western Cape, the DA hates black people there in Western Cape. Abo Kukulethu, Abo Kaelicha, Abo Nyanga, they're in Western Cape. But look at Eastern Cape. They're worse than Western Cape. The poorest province than in Western Cape. Than in Western Cape. I cannot say go to Eastern Cape, but in Gauteng I can see. You see Gauteng there. Okay, I can see Johannesburg. How it's not like, these people who experience apartheid, they will tell you that, like, Johannesburg was beautiful, was clean, was well managed, the roads were proper. Traffic lights were working maybe 24/7, street lights and many things. If you can look at Johannesburg today, every day, like guys, it's a nightmare, you know. But you see the beauty there in Gauteng. I can see about Sandton. Yeah, Sandton actually, guys, is beautiful. Rosebank, yeah. Or Boma Midrand. Midrand there and there. But Sandton and Sandton, yeah, Sandton is Johannesburg, obvious. Rosebank, Johannesburg. Those are the ones that are beautiful, even the suburbs. But I go to Johannesburg. The whole city, the largest city there in Gauteng, in the largest city there in Gauteng province, in Gauteng province. But look how messed up it is. Maybe like these people who lived in Gauteng for so many years. These people, yeah, these people who lived in Gauteng for so many years, they'll tell you that, man, this thing of Johannesburg during that time when we guys, maybe like during apartheid, it was not like this during apartheid Johannesburg. This thing, this Johannesburg. Actually, these people who messed up Johannesburg, obviously it's ANC, because what, the city was neglected, with many things, you know. But actually, there are many things that these politicians they've neglected. Now you as an ANC politician from here going to Western Cape in the townships, then now these people who are there, who are like Paul Mashatile, what was he thinking when he went there to what you call this, in Western Cape, in the township there in Western Cape, in Khayelitsha there, in Khayelitsha there in Western Cape, as if like they will do something. Like guys, the same people that have failed in Eastern Cape, and other provinces. Now, what makes you think that these people they can do something about the rest, about Khayelitsha there, and how people are living in Khayelitsha? People are complaining about not having electricity. People are not complaining about not having water there in what you call this, in like, guys, there are many things. I remember I've watched the news. The other resident, I think this lady, she was speaking in Sikos, telling you about, yeah, we don't have electricity, we don't have water. Like guys, Western Cape is not the only province when it comes to what you call this, when it comes to informal settlements. Even the rest of the provinces. What about Gauteng? They're under the ANC government. For example, look at Alexandra there in Gauteng. In Johannesburg. Look at Alexandra. Who, guys, you see these municipalities that these people of ANC, they were governing. It's a mess. It's terrible. But they'll tell you that it's the fault of apartheid. It is the fault of apartheid. Like, guys, just watch then. You see in Eastern Cape, man. Even me also, I've watched these things in Eastern Cape. This thing on cutting edge. I remember there was this other guy that he made a video on his YouTube channel, Big Daddy. If you guys know his channel, Big Daddy. Last year's elections, when this guy, he went to Eastern Cape. Yo, guys, if you can look at the townships there in Eastern Cape, guys, it's terrible. It's a mess. It's a mess. And this side, this whole thing of children studying under trees there in Eastern Cape. Imagine, guys, children learning under trees. Imagine, guys, children crossing the rivers there, getting inside the water. Because why? The government there has failed to build a bridge. Just a simple thing. Why are you not building a bridge there? If it's not a bridge that is what you call this weak, but a strong one. But no. Maybe you see people crossing there in the like, guys, I remember, I think I saw the other video of the residents there in Eastern Cape building a bridge by themselves using what you call this bricks and what you call this cement to build. Because why? The government there in Eastern Cape has failed. But this is the same government that is busy there running after the DA. They are running after the DA there in Western Cape. But guys, 8 provinces. Like, guys, these people, they are in charge of 1 province. Like, man, just tell me any province that is in charge by the DA, that is run by the DA. except what you call this Western Cape. Tell me, it's DA in charge of Eastern Cape province and other provinces that are in charge by these ANC politicians. Whether you can go even to Free State, look at Free State. Go to the townships of Free State. Like guys, yeah, I remember there's this other documentary that I've watched. I think it was in Fixburg, what townships. Like guys, these people, the fact is that they are living in what you call this, they are living on a sewage. Every day, these people on daily basis. Like guys, every day. What is the government doing about this whole thing of like guys, this thing of sewage is all over the streets and whatsoever. You can find them in other provinces. Western Cape is not the only province. In Western Cape, I saw it, but even other provinces. But guys, this whole thing of saying yeah, apartheid, guys, apartheid is not responsible for many things that are a mess here in this country. Apartheid is not responsible because why I say that. Are you telling me that even from 1994, apartheid continued to be in charge of this country to 2024? Now everything that is wrong here in this country, and no, we have to. No, guys, what? No, like, yeah, okay, because I think there is this video also I have to watch of this guy also on his channel, or the Summer Summit, when this guy explaining the reasons why apartheid didn't ruin our lives, all of us, we as the citizens. ANC is the one that ruined our lives here in this country, not apartheid. Imagine, guys, from 1994 to 2024, then the same politicians are telling you that, yeah, 30 years is not enough. What more do they want? 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 100 years to fix all of it, to fix all of this, like, guys, to fix many damages that they've done to this country, to fix many things that are broken down here in South Africa. What more? What more do they want? Yeah, 30 years is not enough. Yeah, 30 years is not enough, according to them. To fix this whole mess, and guys, to fix many things that are a mess here in this country. Yeah, they're telling you 30 years is not enough. The fact is that these people, they had 30 years to govern in this country, to make things work here in South Africa, to deal with this thing of open borders. Yeah, it is the fault of apartheid. Apartheid is the one that destroyed the borders. Like, guys, these people, they are not in charge. They are no longer in charge of this country. And this thing of apartheid, it ended long time ago. It's fine. People, they can watch and learn and see and learn about the history of this country. The old South Africa during apartheid. How was, even Advocate Aikumali explained that, guys, things in apartheid, they were working, Him himself is telling you that me, I'm from apartheid jail. And I but guys, he will tell you, yeah, it is the fault of apartheid there in Eastern Cape. Just guys, this thing is just lies of what these politicians are saying. The fact is that Ramaphosa was there in Gqeberha. There in Gqeberha. Like, guys, many townships there in Eastern Cape, and you will see how people are living on the ground. Now you want to tell me that these people, you want to tell me that these people, they are saying that it is the fault of apartheid, that it is a mess there in Eastern Cape and the rest of these provinces. Hey, okay, guys, this is the video. You tell me what you think in the comments. Please, guys, kindly subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I will say bye-bye.